Antonio Brown made news over the weekend with several tweets that ranged from saying he was working on writing a movie script to him saying that Derek Carr should send the Rolex AB gifted him to Tom Brady. Brown also tweeted that everything was calculated to put him in his current position without a job, and the truth will come out soon. So, James, in your opinion, what is going on with AB?
I think right now he just has a lot of time on his hands, and he's not used to having to be in the position that he's in. So he's filling that void with, you know, just shooting back at whatever tweet he finds maybe not respectful of him or not what he wants to hear. I think right now, you know, I haven't had a chance to talk to him in a while. I think right now he needs to get some people in his corner that actually care about him as a person and that are going to tell him exactly, you know, give him good advice. I've tried to talk to AB and give AB advice, but, you know, he's a man and he's going to do what it is that he feels is right and what it is that he wants to do. And I think right now he has a lot of people in his corner that are yes men, and they're like, yeah, you're right, yeah, you're right. And, you know, I just feel like he needs to sit back, look at the whole situation, and understand that, you know, where you're at now is partly your doing, man. And
it's all his doing, ain't part.
You're going to have to, you know, take responsibility for that and just like get a grip and start taking the advice of people who actually want to help you, Antonio Brown, and not Antonio Brown, the player that just want to be around you because of your status.
So before you go ahead. There was a time you guys were really close and you were his big brother figure, right? And he even would come over to your house and hang out, and that's pretty close right there. And now it disturbs me that you're saying you haven't communicated. Have you tried, or is he just not?
It was text here, there, but we really haven't, you know, communicated, you know, since everything really started going where he left, to be honest with you. You know, he wasn't close to come over. You know, we've had talks at the house, and, you know, it's heart to hearts, and, you know, I think, you know, we have a common ground or understanding, and then, you know, turn around and I'm like, bruh, come on, like, why this, man? I just couldn't take it. I can't take him doing this or doing that. And, you know, I think it's more of a, you know, an ego thing too. You know, he has a big ego, and he doesn't feel like he wants to do things anybody's way but his. And I think that's something he's going to have to understand, that, you know, the NFL has been around for 100 years.
Yeah.
And it's going to be around another 100 years. And they're not going to, you know, twist and bend to, you know, what it is that you want to do just because they feel like, because you feel like that's what should be done. And, you know, I think until, you know, somebody can actually sit down and talk with him and get through to him and get an understanding, that, you know, that's going to be something hard for him to do.
Those are wise words. Go ahead.
You say he has a lot of time on his hand. Why does he have a lot of time on his hand? Because everything that's transpired in Antonio Brown's life is Antonio Brown's fault. For the very first time, when someone started to try to hold him accountable, the Steelers let this skate for far too long. And the moment they tried to hold him accountable, he bucked. He wanted out. He wanted his money. Remember, Skip, he got on IG, says, anybody that got guaranteed money, call your boy AB. Well, the Raiders was really one of the few teams that say, you know what, we got guaranteed money, and we want AB. And guess what? He didn't want to show up to practice. He didn't want to show up to walkthrough. So they held him accountable, took some of his money. He bucked. He released me. Now, you know, he said he tried to recruit some of his money, but, you know, or Mark Davis got a text. So see what this text said? The text said, he said, AB said, release me. They obliged him. They released him. What transpired? I was told from a very reliable source, he got released not so much about what transpired about the situation that, about the lawsuit that's being filed. It wasn't even about what came out about him sending threatening messages or grouping a young lady in the group chat. It had more to do about the signing bonus, when he was going to receive it. And he said, hey, release me. They obliged him in that obligation. Well, Antonio Brown, when was the last time you heard somebody mention Antonio Brown in the NFL? You see, we're talking about him now because of what? Because of the tweets. Ain't nobody in the league office talking about it. Ain't nobody in the team talking about him. Antonio Brown, because he said something very interesting when he sat down, I think it was Jeremy Fowler, but he did an interview. He says, for moving forward, the NFL gonna play by Antonio Brown's rules. He must be a damn fool. James, you played this game. How long you played? 14? 15?
16.
16.
Woo.
I played 14. The NFL is never going to play by a player's rule. Because you know why? Because when the Jerry Rices, the Joe Montana, the Peyton Mannings, and all these greats retire, the NFL keep going. They don't need Antonio Brown. You need it if you want to make money, you want that platform, you want that brand, you need it. They don't need you. But if Antonio Brown thinks for 1 second, Skip, he's going to get back on anybody's team. He's going to see one field without going to 450 Park Avenue and sitting down in that office and talking to them. He's sadly mistaken. That's never, ever going to happen. So he can procrastinate all he wants to and think this is going to blow over. This is not blowing over. No. So until he sits his butt down, and I said this from a very long time, you co-signed it. I said until he gets himself around people that tell him what he needs to know and not what he wants to hear, he's going to be in the same position because his homeboys like, AB, you right. Man, they did you wrong, man. What practice? What you need practice for? You AB. And then these same, the people that he's appealing to on social media, these likes and these clicks, they tell him, yeah, AB, you be your own man. You don't need the man. Okay. Okay, don't need the man. Keep on being a fool, AB.
So what keeps tearing me up about this story is this young man is so talented. He is so charismatic when he wants to be, when it's in the right mode, the positive mode. You've been around him. He's got real energy to him, and what did, remember Gruden say? You're going to lead this, 84, you're going to lead this league in energy. He comes out on the practice field, and the whole thing just takes up, you know, takes off. And yet he is so delusional. I don't know if I've ever seen a player of this magnitude have this much sort of self-delusion where you have no idea what you're in the middle of right now. Because you are miles and miles. You're like a universe away from being able to play again. You're going to have to go fix a lot of things. And I assume you're going to have to be suspended for a while, right?
Something's going to happen. Skip, he's talking about, and you know, you see him on Twitter, he's tweeting, the Raiders didn't support me. Well, there's the clip of him standing next to John Gruden. I want to thank you for supporting me with the feet problem, the helmet problem, and I want to thank you for all your support.
That was on Hard Knocks.
From all the outside. Now, he didn't get support. Skip, how many people? Now, once the NFL, this was a 2-year process, the NFL says, everybody that's wearing the helmets, you're going to have to change the helmet. They gave everybody. They let certain players, there was about 15 of those guys, they let them be grandfathered. Tom Brady, AB, Aaron Rodgers was one of those guys. But they said after this year, no more. Because they don't want the liability. Something happened to you in one of those old helmets, Skip, you know they're going to be hell to pay. So no more. He kept that going. And Gruden and Mike Mayock, hey, okay, now we got a resolution. You lost your appeal. You filed an appeal. You lost that. Okay, so what's up, bro? Come on now, we need the helmets and your feet. Skip, the walkthrough. They go on the road. They're going to play into, I think, Toronto. What they played? Was Ottawa? They played somewhere. They played in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
They got the walkthrough in the hotel, James. James, you're upstairs. Come down to the ballroom and do the walkthrough.
No,
he doesn't show up.
Too good for that. Tom Brady needed him more than the NFL needed him. Because he wanted him badly.
Skip, what did Tom say? Tom said, I had the same helmet for 5 years. Tom Brady changed. Aaron Rodgers said, I don't like it. He changed. I mean, most guys are very, very superstitious. I mean, I had the same pads from the day they issued me pads at Denver. Those are the same pads I still have now. The helmet, I would have kept the helmet. Now, obviously, once you start going to Pro Bowl, James, you exchange helmets. So you get. But I know a lot of guys, Skip, they bring helmets, but they wouldn't give you their original helmet because they wanted to keep that helmet. But they would bring helmets to change. So quarterbacks are very, very particular about that. But once the NFL said 2 years, they gave everybody, we're changing. They'd be like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. Will you let Tom Brady, you let Aaron Rodgers, they let you do it last year because you were grandfathered. But they said moving forward, nobody, not Tom, not you, not Aaron, not anybody will be grandfathered. What part about that didn't he get?
So when New England finally had to dump him, what happened? He took a personal shot at Robert Kraft via Twitter, and then he flipped completely around and said, take me back, New England. Burn that bridge, man.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way.
You're going to have to pay me, so you might as well play me.
No. Yeah. And social media, it lives on. That's what people are forgetting.
Right.
You don't get away with
One tweet
anything.
can stay there forever, and they could bring it back up 10 years later.
Even if you
fight a
erase it,
case.
because guess what? Somebody has screenshotted it.
Oh, yeah.
So it doesn't matter what you do with it.
Wasn't this a classic dry snitch? And it was the tweet, I think, yesterday that he said he gave a Rolex to Derek Carr, and now you should ship it to Brady, right? Give it to Brady.
Yeah.
Why you dry snitching about me?
I don't think he needs to do that. No, probably not. That's a gift, James. Either way, thank you.
He just doesn't get it. He doesn't get it.
And might need some help in that sense. But always good to have your take on the Patriots as well. It's really important. Good to have you. We're going to transition to Dak. You know, does he need to help the Cowboys out with this whole contract negotiations? This is a very popular discussion around here. That's